Okay, so again, this was what he later described as a clarification of the initial comments. Not that they really needed to be clarified, but he said, why is Derek not a Hall of Famer? What I meant, I left one key word out of there because that's not exactly what I meant. I do think Derek's career is Hall of Fame worthy, and why not? Does he have the MVPs right now? No. Has he won a Super Bowl? Not yet. But what I meant to say was, even if you go Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer, it's an adjustment. I wasn't saying Hall of Famer Aaron to Hall of Famer Derek, so I'm not retracting my statement at all. That seems like a lot of explanation for something that really didn't need to be explained. But one way or another, it does set up our first burning question this morning. We're going to have a variety of them. There's Sacho ready to go, Graziano. But Tannenbaum, I'm going to start it with you. We've talked a lot about how much Aaron Rodgers might miss Davante Adams. Here's today's question. How much is Adams going to miss Aaron Rodgers?
A lot more than he realizes, because he will be double-teamed when he gets off the bus. He will be double-teamed in pregame. He will be double-teamed all the time. They aren't as good at the skill position players that Green Bay has had over the years, and Aaron Rodgers is an all-time great. Derek Carr has led the NFL in turnovers in the fourth quarter and overtime. There is a massive difference in the skill set between Aaron Rodgers and Derek Carr.
I understand that. I need to push back on the first part of that. They have Darren Waller at tight end. They have Hunter Renfrow in the slot. They have Josh Jacobs, who was a first-round pick at running back. Those are pretty good weapons around Davante Adams.
Right, but when you look over the years, what Green Bay has had from when they were in the prime, the Jordy Nelsons, the Randall Cobbs, all the running backs, Aaron Rodgers was prolific at getting the ball to receivers in certain spots, and I think that's one of the reasons Davante Adams emerged. I just don't think Derek Carr has that sort of football acumen, and I think all the opposing defenses will say, we have to take Davante Adams out of this offense more than anybody else.
Graziano, what do you think?
In the last 3 years, Davante Adams has been targeted on 1 out of every 3 routes he's run, which is the highest percentage, or 32.4%, the highest percentage of any receiver in the league. Like, Green Bay leaned hard on him. The names you mentioned, the Jordy Nelsons, Randall Cobbs, have not been there the last 3 or 4 years. So Rodgers was leaning on him to an extent that no other quarterback was leaning on any receivers. So I do think he will. I think his numbers will be down as a result, because I think Derek Carr has other places he can go with the ball, whereas I don't think Aaron Rodgers over the last 3-4 years has felt that way about his receiving core. And so I think Adams might enjoy having teammates that are more viable options to catch passes.
Let me go to Sacho on this, because Tannenbaum, I'll get back to you in a minute. Sacho, how much is Davante Adams going to miss Aaron Rodgers?
Not as much as people think. To the point of Mike T's point about, man, he's got no other weapons, or he's not going to be targeted as much. Derek Carr targeted Hunter Renfrow last year because that was his main weapon. And Hunter Renfrow had a Pro Bowl year, went over 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns. Derek Carr, the 2 years before, targeted Darren Waller at tight end. And Darren Waller, those 2 years before, was number 2 in receptions when it comes to being a tight end, all behind Travis Kelce. So Derek Carr is going to target who Derek Carr wants to target. And right now, Derek Carr is going to want to target Davante Adams. They're college roommates, or college teammates. The relationship is there. And so all that is great. And so for me, I'm not worried at all about Davante Adams, not necessarily for this year, but also for the future. The reason he made this move wasn't just for this year. He wanted a quarterback that could help him fulfill his Hall of Fame career for the foreseeable future.
That I think, is the point here. That this was a decision that perhaps Davante Adams made with the long term in mind, which is to suggest for one season, no one, including him, and this his whole capitulation about this Hall of Fame conversation, no one at this moment is going to choose Derek Carr over Aaron Rodgers. But there's a lot of unknown after this year in Green Bay at the quarterback position, and that doesn't exist. But let's just deal in the moment. Derek Carr right this minute versus Aaron Rodgers. Some might suggest they're light years apart. Some might say, it's closer than you think. Sounds to me like you have a very definitive opinion on that.
At best, Greedy, he's the 3rd best quarterback in the AFC West, and maybe the 4th back. I mean, you have Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert. Russell Wilson's really good. He's just dealing with a rookie head coach. So there's going to be growing pains with Davante Adams, that he's going from an A maybe to a B, B minus. And again, my point is, he will be the focal point of every defensive game plan, that they're going to take him out of the game. And that is a big adjustment for him, not being with an A quarterback. And to me, while he's maybe in the right place long term, this year is not going to go great for him.
Okay, I want to make sure that we're all understanding, because both Graziano and I can see he's thinking to himself, what are you talking about? All Aaron Rodgers did was throw the ball to Davante Adams. What you're saying is that no matter what the defense is doing, Aaron Rodgers could beat it, even if they wanted to take Davante Adams away. And you're telling me Derek Carr may not have that ability.
That's exactly right. Aaron Rodgers can make plays off schedule. I just don't think Derek Carr has that ability. And when he sees that safety over the top of Davante Adams, he's going to go to the next progression.
I mean, I almost feel silly because, like, I'm not arguing that Derek Carr has similar ability to Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he does. But I think you're underrating Davante Adams' ability to get open. I mean, this is a guy who, when I talk to defensive backs, they consistently say this is the hardest cover in the league because of the way he releases off the ball, because of the way he can. So I think he has an ability to get open. And I just don't understand how he's going to draw more defensive attention than he has the last couple of years in Green Bay when he's been, literally Hall of Fame level productive.
Let me go back to Sacho for a final. Go ahead, Sacho. You're like, go.
I'll say this, don't even talk to defensive backs. Talk to receivers. Even receivers, guys like Justin Jefferson, they still say Davante Adams is the best in the league at what he does. Getting off the ball, his releases are uncanny. They're unbelievable. And so for me, there's a lot of I understand Derek Carr's touchdown interception ratio has been very, very subpar. But he's 5th in the NFL in passing yards. He was number 5 in passing yards. The ball will be thrown in the air, and Davante Adams will be catching it because of the other weapons that are around him. He didn't have those in Green Bay.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.